Hey Jubilee fam, I want to update you on our reopening plans. As you know, the state of Missouri began opening up on May the 4th, and St. Louis County and St. Louis City will be opening up on May the 18th, Monday, May the 18th. So first of all, with our in-person Sunday morning gatherings, there are three things that we're looking for. Number one, we want to know that our local authorities say yes, you can meet. We've got number one. Number two is that are we prepared? Do we have all the protocols and safety measures in place to provide, a safe and spacious experience for people who would come in? And we feel like we're ready. Okay, we've talked to lots of other churches who have already reopened in other states. We've talked to other medical professionals to make sure that we're doing this right, and can we get the right supplies? And we feel like we're ready. So we've got number two. But the third thing that we're looking for is can the quality of the experience on Sunday, can we outdo what we do online? And because we're not able to do J Kids yet, because kids do not socially distance, and if you have kids, you know that, then we don't feel like we're going to be able to provide the kind of experience that we think it's going to take to meet in person. And so, which is a bummer, because meeting in person meeting online is not a replacement of meeting in person. There's nothing like the in-person gathering, and there's a lot of reasons why we're anxious, to meet in person. But for now, we're not going to reopen Sunday based on the information we have at the moment. So again, that could change. However, we do feel like there's an opportunity to begin opening up community groups to meet in person. So here's what we're going to do. We need to create a temporary structure to accommodate the fact that some of us are going to want to meet in person and some of us just aren't. And whatever you decide is okay. So for 3 or 4 weeks, groups are going to take a break. And then on June the 14th, the week of June the 14th, we're going to launch online groups, some new online groups, as well as some in-person groups that are gender specific and don't include kids, because again, kids don't socially distance. And so there'll be those options. So here's how you can help. A survey is going to be sent to you very shortly. And if you fill out that survey, we can get a sense how many of us want to do online and how many of us would like to meet in person. Again, gender specific, that don't include kids. If you give us that information, then we can provide the right amount of groups for those in person as well as online. And again, this will be a temporary structure, so they'll meet for 8 weeks. So you're making an 8-week commitment. And then we'll pause for a couple weeks and we'll just take it from there. And we may roll into another temporary 8-week structure. So let me make a couple statements before we conclude about, if you're like an online guy or gal, or you're an in-person guy or gal, there's a risk. And you probably know this. There's a risk that these two groups can shame each other depending on how strong your opinion is. I would say that this qualifies Romans 14 a disputable matter, but sometimes we make disputable matters indisputable. And so if you are an in-person guy or gal, you are not more spiritual, you are not more full of faith than the online people. Online people, you're not more careful, loving, or knowledgeable than the in-person. So let's not take these big, narratives and use it to kind of shame and not believe the best. Love believes the best, and we want to fight for unity. We want to fight for love, and let's not take our conscience and bind other people's conscience, which we feel conviction about. This is a disputable matter, and we want to keep it disputable. So let's love each other. I mean, this is so important, not just for our fellowship, but for our witness. Jesus said that they would know. They would know that you are mine by the love that you have for each other. And the world needs Jesus. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. The world needs Jesus, and they need to see a witness of his love. So let's be that witness. Not only that, there are people who can only meet in person or really want to meet in person that have yet to trust Jesus. And we need people who want to meet in person to reach those people. The same token, there are also people who are up for community and up for exploring the claims of Christ that only want to do it online. And so we need people to want to meet online to reach those people. So we need both of you in order to reach the people that God's called us to reach in our towns, in our cities, in our neighborhoods and communities and workplaces. So let's let's let disputable matters stay disputable, and let's love each other. Let's fight for unity, and let's know that we need both to be the church. And so fill out that survey. And by the way, if you're not in a group now, this is an amazing time to get in a group, because they're all starting fresh as of the week of June 15th there. So fill out that survey. Love you guys, miss you, and thank you for helping us in this matter.